Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to do a video on replacing my stock 1250 GS Adventure screen with this massive number, which is a Puig. To show you the difference in size, it's massive. The reason I'm doing the video is basically because I looked for videos to do this on YouTube and there weren't many, and some of them were quite confusing. Certainly the instructions that come are very confusing. They say you've got to undo these bolts and take them in here. It's impossible. There's two bolts. It's just two bolts to remove to get this off, and I'm going to show you that now. I'm also going to put the brackets on so that we've got the strengthened brackets. But first of all, I'll just do the screen, literally just to show you how quick this is. Now let me show you. Grab the camera and take you around the back here, so you can see. This is all you need, okay? So actually, all you need to do the screen on its own is a T20 Torx screwdriver, okay? The instructions, that's what happens to them, we're not using them. Like I say, I will be putting these brackets on as well, but I'll do that a little bit later. To start with, let me show you what I mean about removing this screen, dead quick. So, hopefully you can see in there. These are the screws that hold the screen bracket and the screen onto the frame, but there's a Torx screw just there, okay? There's two of them, there's one this side, there's one this side. That's all you have to remove to get this screen off. So let me just put this here so hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Put that there, and I'll do it from the other side probably, okay? Okay. So I'm going to raise it to its maximum point because it's just easier to get the screwdriver in. What I'm going to do is take this side off first. It's the first one. Put that over here. And then get the second one, which is down here. There's that one. Then you just pull the screen down and it comes off. Now you can get to these screws so much more easily than having to mess around under there. Obviously while this is off, I'm going to give it a bit of a clean under here because I don't often get the chance, so it's quite nice to be able to do that. If I knew the screen was this easy to take off, I'd probably do it every time I wash the bike. Now I'm going to swap these brackets over, put them onto the new, and then put that one on. Cool. Okay, so I'm here at the bench now. What I'm going to do is pull you in a bit, and I'm simply going to turn that over and take these 4 Torx T20s off. Okay. Luckily they're all the same size, so you don't need to worry about getting them mixed up. Comes off nice and easily. That's the right bracket. Okay. Do the left bracket. Okay. Comes off nice and easily. Now you do need to save these because you're going to use them on the new screen, and you do need the rubber grommets because they form part of the new screen as well. Take them off. Okay, old screen off, disassembled, ready to clean and put away. So now we'll carefully take off the new screen. Pull that one out. And just reverse what we've just done really. So let me start with the grommets, put them in here. Nice and simple. Yeah. Okay. And the last one. Yeah. And then reassemble as we disassemble. So it's left and right. Okay, so you get confused. So pop it in. Yeah. Put it the right way. Make it through the grommets, easy enough. And So I'm hoping that this is going to eliminate all of the buffeting that I've been getting. So I use a helmet with a visor, and it is a real pain because even with the screen up or down for the standard GS Adventure screen, I get buffeting on the helmet, particularly around the peak, which after a couple of hours riding just tends to give you a headache. So I'm hoping that this will eliminate that. So once fitted, I'll be taking it out for a ride with some friends this afternoon, and we can see how it performs. Okay. Right. That's it. So let me take you around back to the front of the bike, and I'm going to show you how this goes back on. The reverse of how we took it off, just put that in place like so, and push up, he says, getting it in the wrong place. And this side. It's going to need a bit of fettling by the look of it. Ah, that's why. There we go. There we go. Okay. That's it. Job done. Didn't have to take this off, as the instructions tell you to. Didn't have to mess around with these bolts in place. 2 bolts that I'm going to put back on. But that is how you do the screen. I am, however, going to take this off and take this back off because I'm going to fit the brackets that strengthen this, because it is very big and there's about 3 pounds worth of, or 3 kilograms worth of force on this when you're at motorway speed. So I'm not sure the standard brackets are strong enough. So I'm going to pull it off again by pulling down. Now I'm going to take a T27, and there's just 2 bolts. Let me show you where they are. Actually, let me take this fairing off first, so you can, the T28, T20. Let's get this fairing off. This fairing's just held on by 4 bolts. T20, as I just said, so we take those off. And here, 2 at the front. Excellent. Hopefully I can find that in a second. Yeah, that's 2, 3, and the last one in here. Hopefully you guys can still see that. Okay. Come on. There we go. That just lifts off. Get my other bolt. Excellent. Now, before I start, I am going to give that a clean. Now I'm going to get the T27 and undo these bolts. So the bolts I'm referring to, there's only 2 either side, basically come. So you can just see these 2 here. Okay. One's into a fitted nut and the other one's into a separate nut. We undo those, we replace the bolts, but we use the same nuts on both sides, and we put the bracket behind here, as you'll see. Now what I'm going to do with the bracket is, and again this is just to make it a bit easier on myself really, I'm not going to fit the whole thing together, okay, because it's then very difficult to get this bolt, because this bolt has to go on there, okay. So I'm just going to take this off and put it on separately at a later stage. So just need a 13mm spanner. I happen to have one handy here. Let's undo these. Nylon washed. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this directly onto the screen now. Now, I don't need all of these spacers. They're for different bikes basically. But what I do need are, I believe, these two, which are smaller size. Looks like a T14. So let's take this one off. This is the right hand side. There we go. Yep. Let me get the Torx for that. Actually much smaller. Okay, and this simply goes on the right hand side like that. So replace that bolt with that one. Just put a washer on there. That screws into there. Like so. And do the same with the left hand side. Just remove. Okay. All the time, try not to scratch the screen, and also, because I'm in Wales, making sure it doesn't rain on me, because it feels like it's about to. Okay, so the screen's all ready now. Now we're just going to put these brackets onto the bike. So let's do this side first. So T20, get my replacement bolts. So T20, I'm going to undo this one first. Gosh, there we are. Okay, take the bolt off. Make sure there's no washers coming off with it. No, it's not. Yeah, that's the old bolt. Pocket. And the top one. You don't need to disassemble anything else. Just now, this is the one that's got a knurled nut for some reason on the back, which isn't fixed, but that's fine. Okay, keep that. Get that bolt out. Let me use another bolt just to push that through. In fact, I'll use my tools. There we go. Got that back. Okay, then we get the right hand side bracket. And this does have fixed nuts onto it, which is good. This is the right hand side, because it tells me so. Now then. Now that looks better. Go. There we go. There we go. Success. Longer than they needed. Nice and tight. So it's nice and tight. Get the left hand side. Do the same to this side. Bolt. Always, always. There we go. Here. Nut. Come on, steady. There we go. Put your nuts. This way. Perfect. So effectively, set up again. There we go. T20 back out. That one. Bring it there. That's anti, isn't it? Sorry. T20. It is anti. Okay, stand up. Get it started. Get it started. Yep, that's right. Yeah. Bit fiddly. It's not I wouldn't say difficult particularly. It's fairly easy to get to. There we go. Right, now I'm ready to put the screen back on. So first I'm going to give it another clean. It's just the kind of guy I am. Never get behind here. That's lovely. And the bar. Wonderful. Excellent. Okay. Okay, and then reassemble. I'll drop it to medium height. There first, and down, and screen up a bit. There we go. That's better. Screen up. Then we can push these. They're in. That's in. And oh, that's it. I think. Isn't it? No, it's not this side. There we go. And there we go. There we go. Okay. Then we put the 2 new screws in at the top. So all that's left to do is put these 2 screws in here. The other. This one first. Can I get to it? Turn down a bit. Okay. One. Then I put the bolts back in. Do the final side now just by putting these spacers in first. Go on the bolt. So that has to sit in there. Perfect. Nylon washer, metal washer, and nylon lock nut. Okay, tighten this one up. Yeah, job done. Now, just a quick test. So we'll see what that looks like. Wow, it's much bigger. So its lowest point, which is good, and then up to its highest point. Excellent. Very pleased. Okay, now I've just got to put this piece back on here, which is just 4 torque screws. But guess what? Yep, it needs cleaning first, which is 4 of these and a T20. So this just slides nicely under here. So let me raise it to its highest point. It's out of the way. Yeah, get this under. There we go. One there. One there. One in there. And one in there. Let's see if we're looking. Tighten that up, tighten these up. go. That is it. Like I say, the old screen was good. It was very good, but it just, look at the difference in size. That's huge. It's a good, what, almost an inch, over an inch I'd say there. And then look at that, that's a good 4 inches at the top there in height difference. So I'm hoping that makes a lot of difference on the open road. Not so much on the twisties, but certainly motorways and things, that'll make a difference. Stickers, the best bit to come off. Here we go. Who doesn't enjoy peeling these babies off? We never read them, we just peel them off. And there it is, one Puig touring screen on an R1250 GSA done. Like I say, I'll do a test ride later and I'll video that so I can explain the difference. Right then, so we're testing this screen. What do we think of it? Well, as you can probably see, I've been out in it before when my battery ran flat, so I thought I'd come out again and just give it a bit of a test. And yeah, it's brilliant. It keeps you in a nice little bubble around here. You don't feel a thing really. It's very comfortable, no wind. I can actually ride pretty much with my visor up to 70-80 miles an hour and feel nothing. It's lovely. In fact, when I'm in 6th, I keep changing up, thinking there's another gear because things are so quiet, which is very nice, especially on a GS 1250 Adventure that rattles like an old tractor. I was going to do a review on the car Pure Ride, the one designed for the BMW sat-nav prep, but I tried it for 4 or 5 weeks, just wouldn't work. It would work and then it would stop working and then it would start working again. It was just rubbish. So I've gone for the Chiggy, much smaller screen, gone from a 7-inch screen down to a 5-inch, but it's okay. It's okay. It is a bit small. They have brought out a 6-inch now that I might upgrade to, but let's see how we get on with this one. I'll use this one for the Lake District because the 6-inch version is on pre-order, I think, at the moment. It's sat behind the screen and it's in its lowest position right now, which is fine. I can see over the top of it nicely, which is very good. And even when it's at its highest point, just stick it in there now. Will I? Yeah. I wish these were electric. There you go. So it's now in its highest point. I can still see through the screen fine, even though it's covered in dead bugs. And if I want to, I sit up a little bit and I can see over the top. So all good. All good. So, there's not a great deal else to say about this screen really. I did put the strengthening brackets onto these things. I'm never going to know if they make a difference or not because I've not tried it without, but it seems to make sense. If we can strengthen something, it makes sense. So that's what I did. Okay. But I'm going to sign off now, so thank you for watching. If you like this, there will be lots more videos coming, so please subscribe and click the like button. Just starting off on this YouTube channel, so let's see how popular we can make it. Popular, and hopefully entertaining and informative. So that's the Puig touring screen for the BMW R1250 GS Adventure. Thanks so much. See you next time. Bye for now. Stop recording.